Welcome, everyone. My name is Andy Brooks, and I'm a client success manager here at Subsplash. Over the past couple of years, it has been my absolute joy to partner with thousands of churches and ministries around the globe to create deeper, more meaningful engagement through the tools that we offer as a company. I am excited to spend the next 30 minutes with you to showcase one of my favorite new features, Subsplash Messaging. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Before we really jump into the product itself, we want to talk about why we're doing this. What is it all about? At Subsplash, we are constantly reminding ourselves that it is about the discipleship journey. We are always looking for more solutions that will equip the church to be the church. It's about deepening engagement with your audience and developing fully devoted disciples of Christ. Through messaging, we believe you have another opportunity to enable real, personal engagement all through your branded app. You will have the ability to create a place to have meaningful conversations, ask for prayer, and encourage one another. And don't worry, if you're not a church or a ministry, we still believe that messaging provides a pathway from learning about who you are as an organization to becoming more deeply invested. So before we kick off the demo here, we wanted to run a couple of polls by you. So through the webinar software we're using, I'm going to release a couple of polls that you guys can vote for in real time. Make sure you vote because we will share the results after everyone votes. So let's go ahead and launch our first poll. What tools does your church, ministry, or organization use to communicate on a weekly basis? Go ahead and select all that apply. And here we go. Awesome. In the poll there. Now let's go ahead and share the results. So as you can see there, it looks like the majority of you are definitely using email, and that's pretty common. We have a good amount of people that are using texting, and Facebook groups seems to be a big winner there. Chat software also seems to come into the play, but not as much, 16%, and then other is definitely a solution there. And by the way, if you're using other, go ahead and chat that out, and let's see what kind of software you're using. We always love to hear feedback on things. So go ahead and put that in the chat if you're using other as a solution. So I'm going to stop sharing this, and we will release the next poll, which is coming up right now, which is, are your tools actually effective? Here it comes. Are these tools effective at creating meaningful connections and increasing engagement with your content? So I think you guys are going to find this really interesting. Let's go ahead and share the results. As you can see, we've got about 6% that said absolutely not, that they're not working for us. But the majority of you, 84%, said it could be better. So that kind of falls in line with the heart of Subsplash is, how can we streamline and make better communication always? So with that in mind, let's just jump into some of the feedback that we've heard from other churches around some of the difficulties with current communication. With other communication tools, they do have their place, but this is some of the challenges that we've heard from the churches that we've worked with and when we've pulled information. Other communication tools definitely have their place, but we wanted to share with you what those challenges were. Did you know that email on average only has an open rate of 15 to 25%? And out of those emails that are opened, did you know that only around 2.5% of the recipients will click the links inside those emails? So for those of you that answer email, it's not too surprising that maybe you're not seeing the return on investment that you're really looking for from those campaigns. Around that, texting presents its own challenges. As your church or ministry grows, so can the amount of people in a single text thread, not to mention the privacy concerns around handing out your phone number to anyone who walks through the door. And with Facebook groups, that's its own challenge. It is all too easy to get lost in the noise that is Facebook. With multiple groups, messages, and the constant advertising campaigns that Facebook is pushing at you, you can easily lose focus or lose control of your message. And then with other chat software, it forces your congregation really to have to download and familiarize themselves with another company's software, with another company's brand. And it doesn't necessarily have your church's mission or even the larger church, capital C church, in mind. So the biggest problem that we see with all of these is that these other sources don't point people back to your church or ministry. They don't connect them with your message. So that is the questions you always have to be asking yourself as you're streamlining your communication tools, as you're looking to the big picture. How are your communication tools pointing back to your mission? So with that in mind, we'd like to present Subsplash Messaging. Now, Subsplash Messaging comes with we believe, four unique value propositions. Subsplash Messaging allows you to foster meaningful conversations and get responses in real time. It streamlines your communication strategy and puts everything in one place, your branded app. It's safe, private, and gives you more control. And most of all, it increases engagement with your mobile app, helping point people back to your message and helping promote engagement with your church's mission. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump on into it. Let's see what this thing looks like. I know you guys are probably excited to see what the product itself actually looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. And all right. And you guys should be able to see my phone screen. And guys, by the way, I just wanted to go ahead and call out, I've noticed that there have been a few questions popping up throughout the webinar. You will have a chance to either have those questions answered at the end, or we will provide an opportunity for you to book a call with your client success team member. So we will definitely make sure all your questions are answered that way. And we will be sending out this webinar afterwards to everybody who participated and to all of our Subsplash clients. So be looking for that as well. Awesome. So let's go ahead and open up Inner Bay Community Church, which, by the way, is an app that our marketing team has spent a lot of time on and has really done a phenomenal job with. It showcases some of the best and brightest features on the Subsplash app platform. So everything that you see here is available to you today, besides messaging, if you haven't signed up for that, which you should. But other than that, yeah, this is just a phenomenal tool that you can use. If you haven't downloaded it, I highly recommend that you do. It's a great resource, but let's go ahead and jump into it. So I'm going to open up the Inner Bay Community Church app, and I'm going to navigate my way over to messaging by clicking the top left menu here. Awesome. As you can see, messaging is the second item down on the list. So right there, pretty prominent, easy to find. And let's go ahead and click it. And I'm going to pop into the West End community group here. And I'm just going to chat and see what's going on. So I'm going to say, let's just type something in real time, something realistic. Excited for the community group tonight. And let's just see if we get a reply from anyone. And as you can see, that's sent instantly, and it's all happening inside your church app. Oh, awesome. Look there, Olivia. She's typing, real-time typing indicators. Can't wait. I'll bring cookies for Mike's birthday. Oh man, I love chocolate chip cookies. So I'm super excited. Oh man, and look at those. That's just phenomenal. I can't wait for those. But I've made a big mistake here in that I forgot to invite Mike. So let's just go ahead and see what it looks like to add Mike to this group. We're going to go up here and hit the top right corner. We're going to add people. And it's going to search my contact books. And I'm going to go ahead and type out Mike's name. So let's see. I'm going to add Mike there. Go ahead and put him in. And Mike is invited. Now, what's going to happen here is Mike's going to get a text message inviting him to do two things. One, to download the Inner Bay Community Church app if he hasn't done that already. And then two, to join the West End community group. So as we're waiting, oh, and there he is. Hey, Mike, how are you doing? Awesome. Michael Dahmer is typing real time. Hey, Mike, there he is. Awesome. Good deal. So let's just go ahead and throw out a GIF there just to say hello to Mike. I love it. And let's do, oh, you know what? I love Forrest Gump. Watched that movie the other night. Let's see if we've got any Forrest Gump GIFs. There it is. Hi, Mike. Good stuff. So let's see how easy it is to create another group. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to create a prayer group. So let's create the men's prayer group, and I'm going to invite Mike to that one as well. As you can see, all of this is taking place inside the app. It's happening in real time. It's just so simple, and it's streamlining how we communicate. So let's go ahead and add Mike to this one as well. I'm going to invite him. I'm going to click that. Mike's invited. And let's see if he gets it. Okay. We're going to chat here. Hi, everyone. Good stuff. Mike join. Awesome. I love it. Mike is typing in real time. This is great. Let's see what Mike has to say. And by the way, some of the other features we'd love to highlight with you while we're doing that is notice we're able to pull in photos. We're able to, as you saw before, pull in GIFs. And we're able to do things like, and no offense to Mike here, we should always be praying for Mike, but we're able to do things even like delete messages inside the group itself. So if I wanted to delete that message, I could do that just that easy. I can go up here to the right side corner and I can remove Mike from the channel itself. I can make him the manager of the channel so that he has the same privileges that I do. So let's go ahead and remove him. And then if I wanted to delete a channel, I can do that right here as well. Awesome, guys. And that is Subsplash Messaging. So good stuff. We're going to go ahead and throw out another question here. And that is, how can you see your church or ministry using this tool? Go ahead and throw it out in the chat. If you guys have any ideas around how you can see this affecting your church, how this could better streamline your communication. Oh, small groups. Absolutely. Absolutely. Small groups. Serving teams. Yes. I love it. Just general ministry. I see that. I love that. Small groups, advertising, events, better communications, leadership. Thanks, Ed. Nate, I love church admin. That's great. Sherman, that's a great response. Youth group. Yep, that's a big win for sure. That's an absolutely big win. You know, youth groups love messaging, so I do not think this will be a challenge for them at all. It could replace Slack for us. Yes, Ron, that's great. That is great stuff. Well, you know, I'm sure you're interested on what some of the other churches that have used this product before are saying. And so we thought this quote really hit the heart of the message. So this is from our partners down in Ventura. I saw that someone was signing in from Ventura. So I see Subsplash messaging being crucial for any church, any size, any culture. Good communication transcends culture. Really exciting potential for any church. And that's from our partner Bert down in Anthem, Ventura. So we thought that quote really hit the message. Awesome. So before we go on to the next feature, we kind of want to give you some next steps. So say you're really excited and you really just want to sign up right now. If you've seen enough and you're ready to sign up, you can sign up right now through your Subsplash dashboard. Just sign into your dashboard, click the option on the left side menu that says messaging, enter your attendance, and then hit confirm. Or you may be saying to yourself, this product looks great, but I have a few more questions. I'm not quite ready to go forward yet. So if that's the case, you can do one of two things. We're going to have a little bit of a Q&A session, but if we don't get to your question right now, you can schedule a call with your client success manager by following the link that we're about to throw out in the chat. So feel free to do that, or you can schedule a call with your client success manager by going to your dashboard, scrolling down, and hit schedule a call underneath their picture. Awesome. So let's get to the Q&A session now. I am going to release this feature and we're going to answer some questions in real time. And then my team that I have here beside me are going to answer some questions as well. So those that we don't get to, either schedule a call with your client success manager, or we will definitely reach out and make sure we get all your questions answered. So don't worry, if I don't get to it right now, we will definitely answer some of those questions with either through your client success manager or in real time. So here's a good one. What's the cost? I know that's probably on everybody's mind. So the best way to answer that question is you're going to be able to go to your dashboard and price this out based off your congregation. So how we're handling this right now is we are handling it by congregation size. So we like to say how many people are sitting in your auditorium on a weekly basis. That's where you can find answers around your cost. Again, you can price it out through your dashboard and get those answers in real time. Here's another good one from Aaron. Is the message private unless the user has been added to it? Yes, privacy is a big concern for us as well. We understand that that's a challenge inside the church. So to answer your question, yes, they are absolutely private. The only way you can see a message inside a group is if they have been invited to that group. A user has been invited to the group. So absolutely. I love it. Does it support Russian letters? I am going to let my team answer that one or work with your client success manager. But Nikolai, I think that's a great question. We are always looking to partner with international ministries. So we will definitely make sure you get an answer to that question for sure. So is the group message open to the public? Andrew, great question there. Awesome. So no, as of right now, you have to be invited to the group in order to see it. But there may be plans in the future to make more public groups available. So definitely be looking for the timeline there. We are always researching and making the product better in any way we can. So awesome, guys. Awesome, guys. Can anyone create a group chat? That is a great question. Brian Minzy coming at us with that question. So no, right now, the only people that can create group chats are the people you invite to be admins on your app dashboard. So we're calling them channel owners. Once you've invited someone to be a channel owner, they can create a group and they can invite people to that group. Now, once people have been invited to that group, anyone who's been invited to the group can add other people to the group. So you do want to be mindful of that. You want to control who's entering. So absolutely. Dennis coming at us with another great question as well. What about notifications? Will there be notification alert when you receive a message? Dennis, great question there. Absolutely, there will be. Yeah, so you'll receive a notification in two different places. One, you'll receive a push notification in real time, and you'll get a red badge icon that shows you that you have unread messages. Patrick Thompson, how many people can be in a group? Right now, up to 100 people can be in a single group. However, that could change in the future and depending on a case-by-case instance. So I would encourage you to talk to your client success manager, walk through the implications of what you're trying to do and come up with a strategy for it. That's just an excellent opportunity to speak with them and speak a little bit more to the strategy around that. Awesome. Does messaging only happen inside the app or can people receive messages? Oh, I lost it there. Or can people receive messages in their text messages? Ashley, that's a great question. So right now, messaging happens within the app. And the reason for that is we are trying to point people back to your church app, right? This is all a part of that discipleship journey and really increasing engagement inside your church app. So the hope here, Ashley, is that you'd be able to get up on Sunday morning, encourage everyone in your congregation to download your church app and have them communicate seamlessly through that. So great question there. Awesome. Janice, is there any additional cost for this feature? I just want to remind everyone that you can explore the cost for this feature by going to your app dashboard, typing in your attendance and finding out your individual prices that way. I love it. Just going through some questions here. What if you're not a church and you don't have a weekly congregation? Madison coming at us with that question. That is a great question, Madison. So I would encourage you, again, to work with your client success manager. We will absolutely still work with our ministries and with our non-for-profits that may not fit the traditional church model. We will absolutely come up with the pricing model for you and would love to work with you there. So good deal, guys. Awesome. Let's get to it here. Where do we, okay, so Michael coming at us with the question here. Where do we go again to see cost? Because my website is telling me that messaging isn't available to me and maybe because we haven't fully launched yet. Answer live. Yes, Michael, that is a great question. Again, I would encourage you to book a call with your client success manager. There could be a couple of different things there. So one, we do need everybody to be on an updated Apple and Google developer account to receive Subsplash messaging. So we would encourage you to go ahead and do that right away. But there could be some other outlying things. There could be some terms and services agreements that you've not been able to get to yet. So again, book a call with your client success manager. Let's get down to get to the root of what's happening, and we will make sure that you are good to go in a short matter of time. So our app has been approved by Apple, and we are waiting for full approval before we go live. Are there any new client offers? That's a great question, Sherman, and we are super excited to have you on board. Right now, Messaging is priced out the same for absolutely everyone. It's priced off of the amount of people using it. So go ahead to your app dashboard. You can explore the cost there, but we're not offering any discounts at this time. So great question. All right, we're going to pop back over here to the chat. Is there a limit to the number of groups on the app? That's a question from Jim Williams. Jim, great question there. So one, there is not a limit to the number of groups you can have inside the app. Two, there is no limit to the amount of messages that can be sent inside the app itself. So unlike other services where you pay for the amount of groups that you may have, or with text message services where you pay for the amount of messages you send, you have unlimited amounts of messages that can be sent and unlimited amounts of groups that can be created. So feel free to just absolutely go wild with it. Have everybody in a group, have a million different groups. We'd love for you to just use it until you can't use it anymore. So I love it. That's a great question. Great. Let's go through some of the other questions here. How many people can be in a group? Again, right now it's 100, but again, we encourage you to talk with your client success manager. We would absolutely encourage you to discuss those options with them. Love it. Just panning through some questions here. As a dashboard admin, do you have access to all chats for monitoring? That's a great question, and that comes from Eric. Eric, right now you do not. So only the channel owners have access to the particular channels. Right now, we do not have the ability to release all of those from you. And again, that kind of ties into the privacy concerns that we have. So if you have particular concerns around that, or if you have any feature requests that you'd like to see, again, we encourage you to discuss those with your client success manager. We definitely are always looking to improve and reiterate on the product. So absolutely, please pass those on. Is this the same as GroupMe? That's a great question, Dion. No, not exactly. In that GroupMe is GroupMe, and this is your church app. So again, the big value here is that we are bringing this all under your name. So take GroupMe out of the picture completely, because from now on, it is going to be Grace Church, or it's going to be Zion Church, or it's going to be Grace Community Church, or anything you can, whatever your church name is, that's where it's going to live. So good stuff. How many admins are allowed? We've got that coming from Jill Sessions. Great question. Right now, there's not a limit on the amount of admins you can add. So feel free to add as many admins as you want. Now, again, that's up to you. That's a strategy question, how you guys want to handle that. But you can add up to, you know, if you wanted to have 100 admins, you could. So got another question from Dennis. Can this be used on a non-mobile device / computer? Dennis, great question there. Right now, it is only through the mobile app. So you add admins through your app dashboard, but we are really leaning into your mobile apps. So that's where it's primarily going to take place. I want to call out another question that we've gotten here, and I want to make sure it's discussed. What type of tie-ins do we have to church management software? So realize there may be a lot of church management softwares that you guys are working with. We want to definitely continue to work with them, continue to foster those great relationships. We are always open to exploring how we can integrate with church management software. So again, if that is something you're looking for, it's important to you, feel free to book a call with your with your client success manager, talk about what church management software you're using, and talk about the ways that we can tie in those church management softwares into your mobile app. So I just definitely want to make sure we got to that. Awesome, guys. We are quickly running out of time here. So I just wanted to make sure we get one last question here. So John is coming at us with a question here. Would this work on an Android device? Yes, absolutely. This works on all Android devices. So if you have a mobile app, it will work on those. It works on iPad as well. So anytime, anywhere you've downloaded your mobile app, it works on that device. So great question. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining, guys. I just want to go over the call to action here again real quick. So if you are ready to go today, again, go to your dashboard, sign up by clicking the messaging option on your left menu, the little section there, you'll see it. It may even have a little something that says new next to it. So you can put in your attendance. and sign up today. Or if you have more questions, you can reach an expert by following the link in the chat to schedule a call. Well, thank you so much for your time today, guys. This has been great. I'm really excited. This has been a great turnout. I hope you're as excited about messaging as I am. Thank you again, and God bless and take care. All right. Bye-bye.